Well, good morning, church. Thank you for joining us for our daily Devo. Today we're in Luke chapter 13. Again, another great chapter, has a lot of information. So I'm going to look at verses 18 through verses 21. I'm going to read it. It says this, and then Jesus said, "What is the kingdom of God like? How can I illustrate it? It is like a tiny mustard seed that a man plants in the garden, and it grows and becomes a tree, and the birds make their nests." He also asked, "What else is the kingdom like? It's like yeast that a woman uses in making bread. Even though she puts in a very little amount of yeast in 3 measures of flour, it permeates every part of the dough." Now, I share this part because I think there is a great value in knowing the power of the gospel. I'm one that studies statistics since really my whole life. I've been studying that area of the church and following the church. And if you just want to look at trends in the church in the United States, since about 1980, the trends have been negative. Less and less people are consistently going to church. Back in the 80s, a believer would go to church 3 out of 4 Sundays. Now, pre-COVID, it was 1.66 times a month. We know now it's just above 1. People, their commitment has went down. More and more people in the United States will check that they don't believe in anything, or they're not part of any religion. Whereas Christianity used to be the mass majority. If you just kind of look around for you, it could be negative. It could be depressing. A lot of people have said that attendance in churches in America today is like an upside down pyramid. If you look at those over 70, like 70% attend. If you go down to 50 to 60, then you're dropping right at the 50%. You go under 50 and you're dropping down into like the 40%. And if you look at kids that are under the age of 14, we're now getting into single digits of those who attend church, which doesn't bode well for us moving forward. And it could be easy to kind of get depressed and say, what do we do, or try to react? But the power that we have isn't in ourselves, it's in the power of the gospel. What we have to be is faithful stewards of the gospel. Because remember, after Christ spent 3 years, according to Acts chapter 1, verse 15, there were only about 120 believers. That was it. Then Pentecost happens. 3,000 come to know Christ in that first day. And then it continues to, within a generation, pretty much every corner of the known world had been reached with the gospel, and the world literally was turned upside down. See, that's the power. The power isn't making philosophical gains with Christianity or trying to persuade. It's the power, to turn the world upside down. I mean, just think about the power. If you think of the viral power of the gospel, think there was some Chinese person in the lab who didn't disinfect themselves very well. They came home. People got infected. Next thing you know, COVID turns the world upside down, right? I mean, that one little place in China, and now it's infected the whole world. It continues like the flu to go around and infect in different ways. And see, that's the excitement of the power of the gospel, is that it has a power. And if you just reach a few, it can reach a few. That's why governments fear it, because they can't stop it. That's why some of the places now where ours may be a harder story in Africa, now there are above 50% of people being Christians. In Korea, which at the turn of the 18th to 19th century, or 1800s to 1900s, there were in the single digits of Christians. Now over 70% of the country is Christian. There is a viral power. And so for us, we just want to stay true to the gospel, and our job is to share it. We never know when that spark is going to get out of control, and just like the yeast that gets in the bread and spreads everywhere, or the little seed that doesn't look very big, and pretty soon it grows into something so large that birds can make the nest in it. So don't ever get depressed. No, we just faithfully hold the gospel. We share it. And you know what? Easter's coming up. What a great opportunity for us to reach out and share to others, to ask, hey, are you looking for a church to attend Easter? We would love for you to be our guest. You never know who that person may know, who they may reach with the gospel, who may reach someone else. Just understand there is incredible optimism because of the viral power of the gospel. And our job is just to be there, to keep true to it, and be able to share it to others, knowing that God can take it and expand it far beyond what we can imagine. Guys, thank you so much for being part of our daily Devo. I hope you continue, and I hope you have a blessed day.